Hello, this is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center, and I'm here doing dry needling on a patient who is a professional dancer, and she's a ballet dancer specifically, and she has pain and stiffness that's improved. This is her second visit, and particularly I'm needling today the biceps femoris muscle. So to orient you, here is her ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, and I'm needling the tensor fasciolata, which is this. This is here. Here's the greater trochanter. Here's the ASIS. Here's the motor point of the TFL, tensor fasciolata, which is one of the muscles engaging when she is in the position that causes the pain. I've already released these so that we probably won't get a muscle twitch response, but we might get a second one. And now here's the biceps femoris, and you'll notice, ooh, that's really in there tight.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a good one. She said, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see that it just jumped now. So what I like to point out is, because I notice I'm not competing with physical therapists, but I notice that sometimes physical therapists are very big. People will come in and they've had dry needling with a PT, and they've only done one point. And when you have a muscle with trigger points, there are the primary trigger points in the muscle, which could be as many as 2 or 3 to start with. But then there are also what Dr. Travell, who's the first Western medical doctor to chart trigger points, referred to as satellite points. And so you can find multiple trigger points in a muscle. And that's why, unlike physical therapists, I don't have people coming in 3 times a week or 2 times a week, and I like to get people better quickly. So it's just my nature to want to be really thorough in each session. You could say I'm a little obsessive about it. And so I like to find, good one.
Good too.
I like to find all of the trigger points in a muscle group. Did you see that jump? Oh, there we go, jumped again. All of the muscles, so, okay, there we go. So this is not the primary trigger point in the biceps femoris, but it's a really good one on her. And you okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that one just jumped a lot more than it did in the beginning. So the second thing is, that's why I put the needles in, I left her alone for 10 minutes to relax, and now when I'm coming back, I get an even stronger response. And on that muscle, I hadn't gotten a strong response at all. So as the muscles relax, there is a cascade of biochemical effects that cause the muscle to lengthen in response to the needles, both biochemically and mechanically. So as the muscle fibers, it's first thing in the morning, I'm blanking out on the name of the fiber, but in the trigger point, there are the spindle. As the muscle spindle unwinds, the muscle unwinds. And as the muscle unwinds, then you get other layers of the fiber. Ooh, wow, feel that? That was a good one. So you get other layers of there we go.
God.
You get other layers of the muscle fiber that then can relax, just as we saw then. I mean, this one did not twitch at all when I first put it in. So she's been lying here for 10 minutes and relaxing to the sound of the birds outside in the lovely San Diego spring. Okay, now one more point. This is actually an acupuncture point. It's not a point that I would expect too many PTs to know about, but it is on the IT band. It's a fabulous point for releasing the IT band. So it is worth noting that Chinese acupuncturists 500 years ago were releasing trigger points with needles. They were doing what we now call dry needling. Those who specialized in sports medicine, which would have been acupuncturists working with martial artists predominantly. And so I learned this because I had a really bad back. I have a bad back, and which is how I got into this. And so it was a massage therapist that pointed out to me how important it was to work on the IT band for people with bad backs. And then we learned about this acupuncture point, which is where the massage therapist was working. And so this is a very good point for helping to release the IT band. And in a ballet dancer who's doing all kinds of lateral movement and lateral rotation, but even for non-ballet dancers, I mean, I do this on myself, and I'm just a walker. I do a lot of walking. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this point. and it's not a trigger point or a motor point, and it's also not releasing very much. But anyway, that released when I first put it in. And then because of the one last thing, fascia, you always have to take into consideration the fascial train. So the fascial train is independent or linked to the muscle, but a muscle originates here and ends here. So let's say the muscle originates here on the top of this of the femur and inserts down here, something like that. The fascial train might begin all the way up in the shoulder or the rib and come all the way down. Sorry, I'm doing terrible camera work. It might begin all the way up there and then come all the way down to the toe. We know that now that the fascia has been studied well. And so that's also how acupuncture channels work. But I'm not doing acupuncture channels, I'm doing dry needling, but I'm incorporating my knowledge of the fascia, knowing that she's got that problem in the upper leg. I always want to release the peroneus. So this is the motor point of the peroneus longus, and it's, you okay?
Yeah.
And it's also, is that okay?
Yeah.
It's also where the fascial train goes, as well as the tibialis anterior. So especially because I know her well, and I know how well she responds to this, and I know she's a ballet dancer, so I know these are tight. So that's treating the hip pain from the biceps femoris and tensor fasciolata in a professional dancer.